Yo, welcome to Omnis Vegan. My name is Neil.
Nope.
Neil.
It's very hot.
They're very hot.
Don't mind if I do.
They're hot. Okay.
So, not fully like my second favorite.
What?
No. I have no idea what he's saying.
Welcome to Omnis Vegan. My name's John.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Neil.
I'm Sean.
We have two guest stars this week. Coming in to try out something new that none of us, I don't believe anyone has ever tried before. Empenadas. And they're all from Candle Cafe Vegan. We're going to start by taste testing chipotle vegetable, followed by plantain and black bean, and last but not least, chile tempeh vegetable empanada. We're gonna follow the instructions on the box and cook them on in the microwave. So we'll be back in just a moment.
Bye.
Welcome back to Omnis Vegan. We cooked these empanadas, and we're about to first try the chipotle vegetable empanada.
Yeah. And each of the boxes actually had 5 in them, so we're each gonna have our own empanada here that we're gonna try. And this is the
Chipotle.
vegetable one.
Huh. Not bad.
Look, corn.
And peas.
Oh, I didn't go peach. Did you go
I
peach?
think it smells great so far.
It does have a spicy Mexican style.
Supposed to have vegan mozzarella. This says it's with sweet potato, corn, peas, and vegan mozzarella.
I do taste somewhat cheese, somewhat of a gooey, cheesy thing.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed this actually. This is actually really good.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, this is just my guess, is that this is probably gonna be the best one, at least for me. I really like how all of it blended together. I don't think anything was really overpowering except for maybe a little bit of spice here and there. But I definitely could taste the cheese and a lot of the ingredients put into it. I think this is, I think this will be the best one. I don't know, maybe it's not. But I would give this one probably an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I actually really like this. Like, it's, I don't know, I just really like it on taste. And I thought, because it's obviously not like bread, it's like some different kind of thing, but it still tastes like really good. And that's what I was a little worried about. I don't know, I just like, I kind of like the texture of it too. So yeah, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
So Mom, since you thought you were gonna dislike this, do you dislike it, or maybe is there a difference in opinion?
So, it wasn't horrible for me, but it is spicy. And if you've watched any of our other videos, or there's some things that we've tried that are spicy, I don't like spice. So for me, it's a little bit spicy, but I could eat it. I gave half of it to John just because there's a couple more we're going to try here. I agree with Neil. I think this is probably going to be my favorite, although I didn't necessarily like it. I think I would eat it again, possibly, if it was, like, if I had some roasted potatoes and maybe some more vegetables that I was eating it with. I would probably eat it again, but for me it's just a little bit too spicy. But overall it wasn't bad. Like I said, I think for me that was the only thing that threw it off. So I'm going to give this maybe a 6 or a 7 out of 10, 6 or 7 out of 10, just because of that spice.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. I agree with a lot of everything that everyone has said thus far, especially the positives. I agree with Gwen. I think that the breading on the outside, being sort of like a whole wheat, gives it a really nice hearty texture, which makes it a little different than, say, like a pierogi or a ravioli. So it makes it a little bit more of a heartier, dish, or it's not necessarily pasta. Pocket. Yeah. I like the beans. I like the spice. I'm a big spice guy. I mean, I was actually thinking about or wishing for a little sriracha sauce. So I was okay with the spice. I liked a little bit of vegetables. I couldn't really taste the cheese. That's the only difference. I think it would have taken something away if I had. So, and I ate 1.5 of them. So I mean, I didn't really know. It might have been present for Neil. I just didn't taste it.
So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm guessing the breading is going to be the same for all these. To me, the breading was interesting because it was like grainy and dry, but it wasn't. Those weren't negative things. It was definitely not the kind of texture that I'm familiar with. It was unusual in that regard. I really enjoyed the things that I was familiar with. I did have the chipotle flavor was a nice touch. I've tasted some of the creamy like cheesiness. I tasted that in there, and then just having like the little mouth texture of like the peas and the corn in there was good. So overall, I think I don't know if that's going to be my favorite. I think the chili might be my favorite, but I think that was very good. I'd give that like an 8.
Okay.
Okay. So our next empanada is plantain and black bean.
And this one is with
This one I
spinach,
don't.
onions, and
That's the one.
cilantro.
Ooh.
Pretty much the inside is just the green. You can definitely see the spinach, and you can see the black beans as well. It has almost a sweet flavor to it. Did you taste the sweetness?
So,
Is that the plantain?
this is super
Maybe.
bland for me. Like, honestly, I think the sweetness, as my mother was talking about, is the bread. I think the bread's the only thing I've tasted in this. It has a warm center, but it has no taste. It's like being filled with nothing, really. I think it's just basically the bread that's giving a sweetness. There's nothing else giving a flavor. And it's weird because it really points out how the bread is a little more sweet than anything else. So, with it having a bland flavor and not really having much to give, whereas the chipotle gave maybe a little bit of spice and cheese, this one's kind of mediocre, and I'd give this maybe a 5 out of 10. I'd eat it, but like other times, it wouldn't be my first choice out of the competitors on the table.
I mean, kind of agree with Neil. It doesn't have like much of a flavor. It's more just like a little sweet and the texture. But I will say that I was a little scared with the plantains because I thought that would give it like a really weird taste, but it didn't. Like I didn't really notice anything strange. I mean, yeah, I would eat this, but I don't think it would be like my favorite, so I'd give it like a 6 out of 10.
Okay. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this. I thought I wouldn't like it. Now, I don't mind spinach, but I don't like onions, and I'm not a big fan of black beans. But I thought it was sweet, and I think, like John said, I think that's part of the plantain is what's giving it sweetness. I actually like this one better than the chipotle vegetable, but I have a bland flavor that I have a bland taste when I like foods. So I actually like this better. I'm going to give this like a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. The only thing I really tasted was a little bit of the sweetness, and I believe I'm gonna credit the plantain. The rest of it tasted like spinach, which isn't bad. It's just it's like a spin. To me, I kept thinking this is like a spinach-filled pierogi, and that's great. But I'm not a real big,
I like spinach.
It just wasn't gonna. That was probably not gonna pick me up.
Yeah.
It doesn't have enough flavor. I agree with
Yeah.
Dwight.
I enjoyed it. Definitely would agree with what they've been saying so far. Is that I think the plantain provided a sweetness. So I'm not sure if I would eat this in the same style that I would eat that one. Maybe this would be. I could eat that one as like a meal. This one would be more like an appetizer, or maybe if I wanted to like an after dinner or something like that. But the black beans added a little bit of texture, but the texture wasn't the same as what it had, like what the corn and the peas did for this one. And it was a similar creaminess. So they were both very similar, but the tastes were different. But they both were creamy, and like the outside, it was like that grainy shell like this before. But and then my score for this would be probably like a 6. I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite.
Alright. Neil's gonna be passing out the chili tempeh vegetable empanada.
Zucchini, leek.
Onion and pepper. This one's kind of weird. This has this sweetness that I feel is present from in my opinion, the bread that was from the black bean and spinach. But it also has the gooey kind of cheese texture that's from the chipotle. It's like if the chipotle one and the black bean spinach one mixed in a way. It kept the more. It kept a bigger It has a bigger flavor. It's not as big as the chipotle, but it's still better than the spinach. So I feel like it's more of a mix between the two. Is honestly is the best one in my opinion. So I know I gave the chipotle an 8. I'd probably give this one maybe an 8.5.
So, I mean, okay, it wasn't really what I was expecting. I was expecting more of like a chili taste. I don't know. It tastes a little weird. There was just a lot of like weird flavors and like the texture was kind of weird. So I'd probably give this like a 4 out of 10. I think I do.
I'm gonna agree with you, Gwen. All I could taste was onion. Like that is all I could taste in the whole thing. And I'm not a fan of onion. I will eat it. Like I said, the plantain one had onions in it, but I didn't really taste the onion flavor. This one, all I could taste was onion, and I did not like it. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say it's like a 3 or a 4. I just would not eat that one again.
I'm gonna give this one a 5. It's probably middle of the road for me. At no point would I probably seek this out, but at no point would I refuse to eat it. I found the chili flavor to be good enough to get me to eat it. The texture in the middle is not as crunchy or as lively as the first one with the chipotle vegetable, nor was the spice enough to really pull me in. And as Sean, I think, pointed out in the very beginning, the breading being consistent across the board, I think serves these things very well. It makes them very easy to taste what you might like. And I prefer the chipotle flavor over any others. I give this I believe I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
So the chili to me is right in between plantain and chipotle. I don't think it was as distinct as the chipotle. It was lacking that spice that made the chipotle, to me, extraordinary. And it was a lot like the chipotle, but it didn't have the same texture because it didn't have the corn, it didn't have the peas, but it did have the peppers, so it had like a salsa flavor almost, but it was like a very lower than mild salsa. So I liked it just fine. I would give it like a 7. The bread even across the board, and the bread is very good. And it was just as creamy as all three. Like they definitely made the inside of it, and surprisingly, even being cooked in a microwave, that turned out really well too.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
So yeah, that's a 7 for me. I just wish when I see chili, I'm expecting a little bit more spice. A little bit of
Okay, so there's all of our opinions. Again, it's Candle Cafe Vegan. I've never seen this product. Sean actually found this product and brought it over so we could give it a taste test. So overall, I don't think it was bad. If you like this episode, give us a thumbs up down below. If you want to leave us a comment, let us know your thoughts on different vegan empanadas or some different fillings that you might recommend that we put in our own empanadas. That would be great. Or subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of our content. Until next time, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.